There is something unsettling about a woman who walks alone, not because she is lost, but because she is found. She does not chase crowds. She does not seek approval. She is silent when the world demands noise, still when others run, watching while others perform. She walks with a calm certainty, and that, my friends, is what makes her so dangerous. Because the woman who knows how to be alone is a woman who cannot be broken. There is an undeniable strength in solitude. It is in the quiet, in the moments when the world is shut out, that a woman meets herself fully. The distractions are gone, the opinions of others fade, and she is left with the most powerful force in her life, her own mind. Society often teaches that to be alone is to be incomplete, that solitude is a void to be filled with noise, people, and constant movement. But a woman who embraces solitude understands a secret that many never discover. Being alone is not a weakness. It is a source of limitless power. A woman who spends time alone is not lonely. Loneliness comes from seeking something outside of oneself to feel whole. But a woman who knows how to be alone has already found everything she needs within. She is not waiting for someone to validate her, to tell her she is enough. She already knows. She has sat with her thoughts, wrestled with her fears, and faced the questions that others spend a lifetime avoiding. She has built a foundation so strong that no one can shake it. It is in solitude that a woman develops vision. Without the distractions of the world, she can hear the whispers of her own soul. She understands her purpose, her direction, and the things that truly matter to her. She is not swayed by trends, by what others expect, or by the pressure to conform. Instead, she listens to the deep, still voice inside that tells her who she is meant to be. And when she emerges from that solitude, she moves with clarity, with precision, with unshakable purpose. A woman who spends time alone is dangerous because she cannot be easily influenced. When a person is constantly surrounded by others, their thoughts, beliefs, and desires are often shaped by those around them. But a woman who has learned the beauty of solitude has formed her own beliefs. She has thought deeply, reflected honestly, and come to conclusions that are truly hers. She is not easily manipulated, not easily led astray. She does not fall for empty promises or lose herself in the expectations of others. She walks her own path, and she does so with confidence. In solitude, a woman sharpens her mind. She reads, she learns, she absorbs wisdom. She does not waste time seeking external validation, but instead invests in her growth. She becomes strong, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. She does not depend on the approval of others because she has already approved of herself. This makes her fearless. She is willing to take risks, to stand alone if necessary, because she knows her own worth. The world may call a woman who loves solitude mysterious, intimidating, even dangerous. But what they truly fear is not her solitude. It is what she becomes because of it. They fear a woman who cannot be controlled, who does not seek permission to be powerful. And that, above all, is the true power of solitude. A woman who embraces solitude becomes a force that challenges everything society expects of her. From the beginning, the world has tried to shape women into roles that make them predictable, manageable, and dependent on others for their sense of worth. A woman who does not seek approval, who does not need validation, and who does not conform to expectations is seen as a threat, not because she is dangerous in the traditional sense, but because she refuses to be controlled. The status quo thrives on women believing they must constantly seek external affirmation. It tells them they must be social, agreeable, and always engaged with the world around them. It teaches them that silence is emptiness and that solitude is loneliness. But when a woman discovers the power of being alone, she breaks free from that conditioning. She no longer looks to the world for her identity. She defines it herself. She no longer plays by the rules that were set for her. She makes her own. And that is why she is dangerous. She is dangerous to those who profit from her insecurity. When a woman does not spend her time comparing herself to others, when she stops seeking perfection according to someone else's standards, she becomes immune to the manipulations of industries that feed off her self-doubt. She is not easily swayed by advertisements that tell her she must look a certain way, act a certain way, or buy certain things to be worthy. She recognizes her own worth and does not allow anyone to dictate it for her. This makes her unpredictable in a system that depends on women striving to be what they are told to be. She is dangerous to relationships that demand submission. A woman who is comfortable in solitude does not stay in places where she is not valued. She does not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or mistreatment because she does not fear being alone. She understands that her peace is more valuable than forced companionship. She does not stay in friendships that drain her, in relationships that diminish her, or in spaces that make her feel small. She walks away not because she is heartless, but because she refuses to be bound by anything less than what she deserves. She is dangerous to traditions that seek to silence her. Throughout history, women who refused to conform were labeled difficult, rebellious, or even dangerous. But the truth is, the world fears women who think for themselves. A woman who spends time alone has the space to develop her own ideas, to see beyond what she has been taught, and to question the systems around her. She does not blindly follow rules that do not serve her, and she does not accept limits that were placed on her without reason. She speaks when she is told to be quiet, and she acts when she is expected to stay still. When a woman spends time alone, she becomes aware of her strength, aware of her value, aware of the ways the world tries to contain her. And once she has that awareness, she can never be controlled again. A woman who spends time alone develops a rare and powerful gift: clarity. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and endless opinions, she has learned to silence everything around her and listen to the one voice that truly matters, her own. Clarity is not something that comes from the outside. It is something that is cultivated in solitude. It is in the quiet moments, away from the expectations and influences of others, that she begins to see things for what they truly are. She sees herself, her purpose, and the world around her with a sharpness that others often lack. When a woman does not constantly seek validation from others, she gains the ability to think independently. She no longer makes decisions based on what will please people or fit into a predetermined mold. She is not swayed by temporary emotions or societal pressures. Instead, she makes choices that align with her deepest values, her truest desires, and the vision she has for her life. She does not act impulsively or blindly follow trends. She moves with intention, guided by wisdom that she has gathered through reflection and self-discovery. With clarity comes vision. A woman who spends time alone does not simply react to life, she creates it. She does not drift aimlessly, hoping that things will fall into place. Instead, she takes control of her destiny, because she knows exactly where she is going. Solitude has given her the space to dream, to plan, and to set goals that are meaningful to her. She does not allow herself to be limited by fear or by what others believe is possible. Her vision is clear because it is not borrowed from someone else. It is uniquely hers. A woman with vision sees beyond the present moment. She does not get lost in trivial concerns or temporary setbacks because she understands the bigger picture. She does not waste time on things that do not serve her purpose. She knows when to walk away, when to push forward, and when to stand still. She does not allow distractions to pull her away from her path. Her solitude has trained her to focus, to be disciplined, and to recognize what truly matters. She is also able to see through illusions. Because she has spent time understanding herself, she is not easily deceived by empty promises, false appearances, or manipulative tactics. She recognizes authenticity and truth. She does not allow herself to be trapped in situations that do not align with her values. She is clear about what she wants, and she refuses to settle for less. A woman who spends time alone is dangerous to those who benefit from confusion. She cannot be easily led astray because she knows exactly where she stands. She cannot be manipulated by fear because she has already faced herself in the silence. Her clarity makes her powerful, and her vision makes her unstoppable. She moves with purpose, and nothing can shake her from the path she has chosen. A woman who spends time alone develops an independence that cannot be shaken. She does not seek external approval, nor does she rely on others to define her worth. She has learned to stand on her own, not because she rejects companionship, but because she understands that her strength comes from within. She is self-sufficient in mind, heart, and spirit. She has built herself up in the quiet moments where there was no applause, no recognition, just the deep and unrelenting work of becoming whole. Independence is not just about being able to survive on one's own. It is about thriving without dependency on anything or anyone. A woman who has spent time in solitude knows how to meet her own needs. She does not wait for someone else to rescue her, to validate her, or to provide for her. She has cultivated the skills, the mindset, and the resilience to take care of herself. She knows how to make decisions with confidence, how to navigate challenges without panic, and how to rebuild herself if necessary. She does not fear being alone because she has already conquered that fear. Many people avoid solitude because it forces them to face themselves. But she has done exactly that. She has faced her doubts, her insecurities, and her past wounds. She has sat with them, understood them, and worked through them. She does not look to others to complete her because she is already whole. She does not need distractions to escape from herself because she has made peace with who she is. A woman with unshakable independence does not settle for less than what she deserves. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not serve her growth. She does not stay in relationships out of fear of being alone, nor does she compromise her values to fit in. She moves with a deep sense of self-worth, knowing that she would rather stand alone in her truth than be surrounded by people who do not truly see or respect her. Her independence also makes her fearless. She does not wait for permission to go after what she wants. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable. She takes risks, knowing that even if she falls, she has the strength to rise again. She does not allow rejection or failure to define her because she understands that her journey is hers alone to shape. She is immune to manipulation because she does not rely on others for her happiness or stability. She does not need to be controlled, convinced, or coerced into anything. Her decisions come from a place of clarity, not desperation. She trusts herself, and that trust is unshakable. The world often tries to teach women that they need someone else to complete them, to save them, to give them direction. But a woman who has spent time alone knows the truth. She is and always has been enough. She carries her own strength, and nothing can take that away from her. A woman who spends time alone gains something that few ever achieve: mastery of self. She does not run from who she is. She confronts herself fully. She understands her thoughts, her emotions, and her desires with a depth that only solitude can provide. In a world where so many are disconnected from themselves, lost in distractions and the expectations of others, she stands apart. She is not searching for identity, she has already found it. Self-mastery is the ability to control one's mind, emotions. It is not about perfection, but about awareness. A woman who has spent time alone has learned to observe her own patterns, her weaknesses, and her strengths. She does not react impulsively or allow temporary emotions to dictate her choices. Instead, she moves with intention. She has trained herself to pause, to think, to understand before she acts. This makes her powerful because she is not controlled by fear, anger, or insecurity. She has mastered them. She knows what triggers her, and she has developed the discipline to respond rather than react. She does not allow external situations to shake her peace. Whether she faces rejection, failure, or betrayal, she does not crumble under pressure. She has spent enough time with herself to know that challenges do not define her, they refine her. She takes every difficulty as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become even stronger. A woman who has mastered herself does not seek approval because she already approves of herself. She has taken the time to ask the hard questions. Who am I when no one is watching? What do I truly want? What do I believe? She has answered these questions honestly, without the influence of others, and because of that, she is unshakable. She does not waver in her values, and she does not compromise her integrity for acceptance. She has also learned to befriend her solitude. While others fear being alone, she sees it as her greatest advantage. She uses her time wisely, reading, reflecting, creating, and sharpening her skills. She is constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly improving herself. She is not stagnant because she has cultivated the discipline to push herself forward. Mastery of self also means mastering one's fears. She has faced them head on in the silence of her solitude. She does not avoid them or numb them with distractions. She acknowledges them, understands them, and then rises above them. Because of this, she is fearless in ways that others are not. She is not afraid to take risks, to step outside her comfort zone, or to stand alone. She has already done the hardest work, facing herself. The world cannot shake a woman who has mastered herself. She does not rely on external forces for stability because she has built a foundation within herself that cannot be broken. She is in control, not of everything around her, but of the most important thing, herself. And that is where true power lies. A woman who spends time alone is not just strong, she is a force of change. She does not merely adapt to the world, she transforms it. While others are swept away by trends, opinions, and expectations, she stands firm, shaping her own path with unwavering determination. She is not afraid to challenge what is wrong, to question what is accepted, and to create something entirely new. She does not move with the crowd because she has spent enough time in solitude to know her own mind. She has examined the world from a distance, observing the patterns of conformity, fear, and complacency that keep people trapped. She understands that true change does not come from following, it comes from leading. And so she steps forward, not because she seeks power, but because she cannot remain silent in the face of mediocrity. A woman who is a force of change does not wait for permission. She does not ask if she is qualified, if she is ready, or if she is allowed to take up space. She has spent enough time alone to understand that every great movement, every revolution, every breakthrough begins with one person who refuses to accept things as they are. She is that person. She is the one who will disrupt old systems, challenge outdated beliefs, and demand something better. She does not fear resistance because she has already conquered the greatest resistance, the one inside herself. She has battled doubt, insecurity, and the fear of standing alone. She has faced the whispers that tell her to stay quiet, to be agreeable, to play it safe. And she has overcome them. She has already walked through the fire of solitude and emerged stronger. Nothing the world throws at her can shake her because she has built her foundation in stillness and self-awareness. When she speaks, people listen, not because she is the loudest, but because her words carry weight. They are not empty phrases meant to please others. They are rooted in truth, in conviction, in the clarity she has gained from years of reflection. She does not waste her breath on meaningless chatter. She speaks only when necessary. And when she does, her words have the power to ignite change. Her actions inspire. She does not merely talk about transformation, she embodies it. She is proof that a woman does not need approval to rise, that she does not need validation to be powerful. She shows others what is possible when a person embraces solitude, cultivates their mind, and refuses to settle for anything less than what they are capable of achieving. A woman who has spent time alone and mastered herself cannot be ignored. She is a force too strong to be dismissed, too aware to be deceived, and too determined to be stopped. She is not just a participant in life, she is a creator of new realities. The world does not change her, she changes the world. A woman who spends time alone is not weak, lost, or incomplete. She is powerful beyond measure. She has faced herself in the silence, sharpened her mind, and cultivated an independence that cannot be shaken. She moves with clarity, speaks with purpose, and acts with conviction. She does not seek permission to be who she is, nor does she conform to the expectations placed upon her. She is dangerous, not in the way the world fears, but in the way that disrupts, challenges, and transforms. She is a force of change, a master of self, and a woman who cannot be controlled. The world may not always understand her, but it will never forget her. She is not waiting to be saved. She is the one rewriting the story.